Hey guys, Kotobukiya again, this time with a review of the 144th scale Naginata and sniper rifle from Kotobukiya's weapon unit series. And a problem you'll immediately notice is that the scale doesn't really add up. A Naginata goes all the way from 1 meter 20 to 2 meters 40 and in general should be bigger than the person holding it. The sniper rifle, on the other hand, is generally, I think, around 1 meter 20 and definitely in general is not bigger than the person holding it. So while this Naginata seems like a pretty good 144th scale weapon, the sniper rifle to me looks way more like a 1/100 scale weapon. So yeah, on with the Naginata. It's very simple, one piece. Also, once again, this plastic is very, very sharp. And you could actually literally cut through polycap with this. It's just so sharp. I mean, really seriously. Also be careful with the tip because it's very, very fragile and my tip already broke off. I did trim it a little bit so it doesn't look off. But yeah, now on to the fit. It fits really well into all of the 144th scale hands that I've tried. For starters, we have the newer style gym hands, and it's a great fit. Though you do have to be careful; they only fit into the smaller portions, but smaller here, and then all the rest is thicker. And we just put it in there. And there you go, a perfect fit. And like I said, a Naginata should be around the size of a person or a little bit bigger. I mean, that's what I've been able to find on the internet for the most part. Looks really, really nice with him. Next up, the newer sized Zaku hands. They're a little bit loose, but just like the Federation hands, they can only hold them in these small pots, so that means that even though they sit loose, they only have that much play with them. So, well, you can still hold them because, yeah, he will still hold them upright, and it's not like it's going to fall through because, of course, the bigger parts prevent it. Next up, a little bit surprising, but the older style, very open hands are actually the best to hold them because they can hold it everywhere. The big, the small, and that's because they kind of sandwich the side. And it sits in very securely. There we go. So that was actually quite a surprise that these hands were able to hold it so well. Though the small parts are a little bit fiddly, just like the Zaku hands, they can grab onto it, and just like the Zaku hands, they are stopped when the thick part hits, because it does need a little bit of force to get in there. But overall, these older style open hands are actually quite possibly the best because they do offer the best playability. Onto the sniper rifle. Like I said, this is just way too big for a 144th scale. Though it will fit into the hands, you can already see that this is just ridiculously big. And even though you can do it, I definitely wouldn't recommend it. Because this is just too big and it just looks ridiculous. Because this obviously looks like just a standard issue sniper rifle and not like a big anti-armor sniper rifle. So for 144th scale, that's a big no. Oh yeah, for that, a little bit of articulation. Well, articulation. And the little scope here is on a track. We'll move forwards and backwards. And the ammo pack is also removable, and you can even see a bullet here. So if you grab some copper paint, paint it, and then you will have a very nice little reloading scene with a nicely detailed bullet. And overall the gun is of course also very nicely detailed. And while it might look quite ridiculous for a 144th scale, it does look pretty amazing for a 1/100 scale. Oh yeah, some further illustration. Here you have him with a 1/6 scale gun. And 1/6 scale is pretty much the size for a 1/100 scale. Once again, the size might just be a little bit off. And as far as I know, they fit into all the 1/100 scale hands, pretty much because the holding bar is so thin. So it will always be a little bit fiddly. Something fell off. Not sure what just fell off, but anyways, well, because it's so thin, it will always be a little bit floppy, but you of course have the stock here, so you'll probably hold it like this, or you'll have it being supported in the other hand. So no problems there. And even the 2.0 hands, which have the little connector part here, have no problem holding it. Just slide in and then, like I said, support it with the other hand, and it will sit very stable. And the last style of hands, oh, looks like the ammo pack fell out. There we go. And the last style of hands, you've got the well, modular Marasai hands, also used by the Gundam Wing Master Race, if I recall correctly. They're also a perfect fit. I do recommend using the beam saber hands though, not the trigger finger hands. And once again, you just angle it like this, and you've got a very nice stable pose. And it does look pretty damn good on a Marasai. And a final thing, if you want to go completely ridiculous, you can actually remove the surrounding parts here, and you could slide it into a Victory Gundam, G Gundam, or Gundam Wing hand to make the size completely overkill. And I'm honestly surprised that he hasn't toppled over yet. So, as always, the inevitable question is, do you want to buy this? Well, for 400 yen, this is a pretty nice set. Even though I was a little bit disappointed by the size problem with the sniper rifle, when you think about it, the only sniper rifle you can get in 1/100 scale with Gundam kits is the one from the Gym Sniper. So, this is probably a very interesting kit to get if you want a 1/100 scale sniper rifle, because this is more of a realistic looking sniper rifle as opposed to the beam sniper rifle of the Gym Sniper. And also, the Naginata is a pretty nice melee weapon for a 144th scale kit. So that's a pretty good price value for some very nice and detailed weapons. So that's all for this review, and see you at the next one.